freshman. That said, there's surely more Barron content.
Barron Trump mocked amid Trump's terrifying Iran escalation. Donald Trump's excuse to avoid fighting in Vietnam has come back to bite his son Barron as people flock to the social media to suggest the younger Trump will dodge being drafted by claiming hereditary bone spurs. Barron Trump has become the target of mockery after his dad Donald announced the U.S. has hit Iran in a wave of bombing strikes. The United States struck 3 sites in Iran early on Sunday, wading into Israel's 9-day war with its Middle Eastern rival.
I gave him a shout out last night.
Addressing the nation from the White House, President Trump asserted that Iran's key nuclear were completely and fully obliterated. Already calls for Trump to be impeached are growing as many are furious the president carried out an act of war without getting clearance from Congress. The strikes led World War III fears to surge along with a fresh round of speculation and jokes from nihilistic online denizens about whether young Americans would be drafted into the military.
Frankly, this was, I believe, the greatest.
It also led to unfavorable comparisons between Barron and his dad Donald, who famously avoided being drafted to fight in the Vietnam War following a diagnosis of bone spurs. In 1968, after receiving 4 deferments due to education, the elder Trump was diagnosed with bone spurs in his heels at the age of 22, 7 years before the Vietnam War ended. With the threat of another U.S. war looming, many online were joking that Barron would avoid being drafted in the same way.
18-year-old Barron with his dad on a cut to 2020.
One ex-user wrote, "Barron Trump is Googling, are bone spurs hereditary? Right now," with a healthy dose of irony. Another user wrote, "Don't panic, MAGA. Not a single Trump male will be anywhere near the fighting. Barron already has developed preemptive fake bone spurs." After promising a Trump presidency would mean an end to foreign wars, many are furious about Trump's decision to strike Iran. One user wrote, "Trump breaks another promise."
White, leading to dad's joke about his son.
No wars, another Trump lie. Here we go, way to go MAGA. The draft dodger starts WWII. Barron Trump just announced he too has bone spurs. Bone spurs, also called osteophytes, are bony lumps that grow on the bones in the spine or around joints. They form when a joint or bone has been damaged by arthritis, but do not always cause problems. They can rub against bone or muscles, affect your movement or put pressure on nerves. They are known to be hereditary.
More Barron content.
It was not clear whether the U.S. would continue attacking Iran alongside its ally Israel, which has been engaged in a 9-day war with Iran. Trump acted without congressional authorization, and he warned that there would be additional strikes if Tehran retaliated against U.S. forces. "There will either be peace or there will be tragedy for Iran," he said. Iran's top diplomat, Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi, warned in a post on X that the U.S.
I gave him a shout out last night.
attacks will have everlasting consequences, and that Tehran reserves all options to retaliate. Iran's ambassador to the United Nations called for an emergency Security Council meeting to discuss what he described as the U.S.'s heinous attacks and illegal use of force against Iran. That's what we can say. Don't forget to support our channel by liking, commenting, sharing and subscribing. We thank you all for your support.
I'm in the business.
Frankly, this was, I believe, the greatest